Martha Karua, Boniface Mwangi, and Khadija, three big names in Kenya's opposition movement. They made headlines recently, but not for a good reason. These lawyers, well known for defending opposition leader Raila Odinga, found themselves in a Tanzanian jail cell after landing at the Julius Nyerere International Airport. Their mission, according to reports, was to defend Odinga's son Fidel, who's locked up in Tanzania for insulting President Samia Suluhu Hassan. But before they could even set foot outside the airport, Tanzanian authorities stopped them in their tracks. Martha Karua, Boniface Mwangi, and Kaka were detained and grilled separately, each given just 24 hours to leave the country. Reports indicate that they were accused of entering Tanzania without proper documentation, but many believe it's because they intended to get involved in Tanzanian politics, something the country's laws do not permit. The trio's dramatic deportation makes headlines. The star lawyer Martha Karua took to social media crying foul, alleging a plot to silence her and other lawyers. But here's the irony. Those same lawyers have been part of the problem. Not just for Kenya's democracy, but also for its foreign policy. Now, let's rewind a few days back to last Sunday when reports emerged that Ugandan police had arrested a number of Kenyan activists. We're talking about people like David Ndii, a man who seems to specialize in landing himself in trouble in neighboring countries. Remember, he also played a role in the failed 2022 presidential election petition in Kenya, alongside Juliana Cherera, another name that's popped up in Uganda's election drama. These folks weren't just visiting Uganda for fun. No, they had crossed into the country to reportedly mediate in the ruling party's internal elections. Reports say they were caught in the act of voter fraud in the NRM party primary elections held in several villages across the country. It's alleged that these Kenyan activists were trying to vote multiple times and cause general chaos. To make matters worse, some of them like David Ndii had earlier claimed that they would push for sanctions against Museveni if he went ahead with the election. Talk about playing both sides. First trying to meddle in Uganda's internal affairs and then claiming to be election observers. Ugandan authorities saw through their tricks and shut them down. After the arrest, multiple polling stations in Uganda district had to cancel voting and in some cases destroy ballots due to the disruptions caused by these Kenyan intruders. It was such a mess that the Electoral Commission chairman, Justice Byabakama Mugenyi, had to address it publicly. He called out these foreigners for trying to interfere with Uganda's electoral process. And while they were later released, it wasn't without a clear message from the Ugandan government: stay in your lane. So what does this whole fiasco tell us? Here's what we can take away. First, Kenya's so-called democracy crusaders seem to have more time and resources to export democracy than fix their own backyard. There are genuine democratic struggles happening in Kenya, and these activists, instead of focusing on them, choose to stir the pot in neighboring countries. Secondly, their actions bring shame to Kenya, portraying the country as lawless and exporting its domestic problems to other nations. Do these activists really think they're making Kenya proud by getting arrested in neighboring countries for trying to incite chaos? And thirdly, their actions have real consequences. Yes, they might be arrested, deported, and ridiculed, but their reckless behavior puts them at risk. Had things gone south in Uganda or Tanzania, these so-called heroes could have faced serious charges, possibly even imprisonment. So to our so-called democracy heroes, before you cross the border to save another country's democracy, maybe ask yourself, are you representing Kenya or causing trouble for your own country? Is it genuine Pan-African solidarity or political grandstanding gone wrong? And most importantly, will you accept the same level of disrespect to Kenya if it happens on our soil? As always, don't forget to like and subscribe for more insightful content. And that's all for now. Catch you next time.